What's going on, everyone? Today we are talking about the top 7 sales funnel statistics that you should know about in 2023 and beyond. What do these statistics say that is meaningful and important for your business, for optimizing and ramping up your growth? We're going to dive into each of them. I'm going to give you my expert analysis, having nearly 17 years experience as an entrepreneur and marketer so far. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Matt Ackerson. I'm the founder and CEO of AutoGrow.co, as you may already know. And I'm joined today by the amazing Vincent, who is one of the video motion graphics artists on the AutoGrow.co team. Vincent, thanks for co-hosting this interview.
Hey Matt, it's a pleasure to be part of this awesome series. I'm a huge fan of how much value you put in these videos. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more today. So we have a bunch on the list, but like you said, we picked the top 7 anyone can check and use. And the first one on that list is 47% spend more time researching B2B purchases. And this is from a marketing firm called DGR.
Yeah, so what this stat is saying is that in particular with B2B purchases, which are typically different from B2C purchases, with a B2C purchase, it's usually something low ticket, less than $1,000, often an impulse buy. You're putting a few seconds or minutes or at most maybe an hour or so into your decision-making process. It's not a big investment in terms of time or money, so people purchase those with less time input. With a B2B purchase, though, it's typically a higher ticket sale. So anywhere from a few $100s up to thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars if you're buying like a high ticket. Could be a product. It could be tools as well. But again, part of the reason why you're going to invest more time is because it's more of a rational decision. So what does this mean actually, I think, for business owners and marketers who are watching this? You want to align yourself with what is the pattern in the market. Just know that as the price increases, typically the time input in terms of research is going to also increase. So you're going to have to be prepared to nurture more, to put more time into educating, and also do play to that more rational side of the decision making. Yes, you can include emotion. Yes, you can include special offers here and there, but you don't want buyer's remorse, especially if it's a higher ticket purchase, because that's just going to generate bad word of mouth long term. You want to educate the market and you want to use logical selling and logical persuasion in order to drive buying decisions. You simply want to set their expectations, obviously emphasize your benefits and what is unique about your product or service, but you want to drive them and use your influence in your sales funnel to drive a buying decision.
Now this is from Baymart, and they say 48% of cart abandonments are actually due to cost. So how is this that important to take note of if you're running a business?
I think that it's useful to think about a time when cart abandonment is something that you personally have experienced, because then you're going to better empathize with your target customer or client, because this is one of the reasons why pricing and pricing pages in particular, and even like if you're selling services and you don't advertise pricing, but to get a price, people have to get on a call. Anything related to pricing is a super high point of leverage in every single funnel that is out there today. And it's because pricing dictates whether or not someone gets over the hurdle to the next step of actually researching more or just actually buying. Because if someone cannot afford it, if they do not have the money, then they will not buy, period. For those customers or clients, though, who do have the money and who can afford it, the perception of the price, though, is malleable. So you want to do what is in your control within your funnel to frame and reframe the price in different ways in order to better address their objection, which is price related. How can you do this? You can reduce the perceived risk. For example, you can offer a free trial. You can offer a freemium sign up, something that we actually just started to do. We launched freemium recently, and we have clients coming in now who signed up for freemium, and it's lowering the perceived risk because they understand how to actually get value and what the interface of AutoGrow, our company, looks like. And they can also plan out their ideas, before they actually spend a single dollar. So they can get a lot of value up front before they actually purchase. You can also have, if it's a fixed price product, if it's higher ticket, or even if it isn't, but there's just a sensitivity to price, you can break it down into multiple payments and you can have a payment plan. We would watch TV, a lot of infomercials would come on. And I guess over time, I just picked up on the patterns And one of the patterns in selling that they used, and this is, a B2C situation, would always be like 3 easy payments of $29.95. It was a small ticket purchase, but again, it just made the barrier to buying less because the first payment was just going to be $29.95 rather than $100 or so. You can also reframe it in the mind of the prospect by talking about what are the consequences of buying and what are the consequences of not buying.
All right, number 3. 96% of site visitors are not ready to buy, and that is from Marketo. What can you say about this?
If that many people are coming to your website and they are not ready to buy your core offer or maybe any of your offers, what do you do with that? Well, it makes the most sense. How do you flow with that in terms of that's where the market is at, and how do you maximize your funnel's results in terms of growing your business off of that pattern? Well, party in the front, business in the back could look like they come to your homepage and maybe you say briefly a little bit about what you do, and then you offer a lead magnet. So this way your homepage, which is also one of these pages on your website and within your funnel, that is a very high point of leverage because there's always going to be people who are just going to want to learn more about your business, and where they're going to go to do that, they're going to come to your homepage. And so in the past, when we were optimizing our sales funnel, when we used to be a digital marketing agency, we just had a lead magnet on our homepage because we knew that most people coming would not be ready to even book a call with us or sign up when we had a productized service. Instead, they would be on our email list for a while. They would receive our content, and over time, they, based on whatever they opted in to want to learn more about, we would send them an offer or maybe just nudge them like in the PS in the emails that we would send them or in some retargeting ads, for example. How can you think about the relationship with that segment of the 96%? Think about it in the way that like you can still have a relationship with them that benefits your brand, your business, because you are growing the brand in terms of awareness, and that has an effect over time in terms of word of mouth, in terms of them referring the website to others, in terms of them becoming a fan, and in terms of them helping to perhaps become an affiliate or even just refer business to you over time. So that is a framework that we use at AutoGrow for thinking about that 96% stat.
For the 4th stat, this is from Porton, and they say a 1-second page load increases conversion rate by up to 2.5 times. Now, is this true? What do you think about this?
I don't think necessarily that people should pay attention to the 2.5 because it really can vary based on what is your starting load time. Like if you are starting at 5 seconds and you lower it by a second, maybe there's something about getting down to 4 seconds where just people were dropping after 4 seconds. So you might see a 2.5 times increase. So I believe it, but I believe it under certain situations in terms of how you actually measure this. The key important part of this though is that a fast website equals more conversions and more sales. And this is backed up by other data from Walmart, who did a similar case study in the past. And I remember teaching this as part of our 11 Laws of Sales Funnel Physics webinar. And we're thinking about coming out with an ebook for that and maybe a video series. So if you'd like to hear more about that, do like and subscribe and leave a comment too if you are enjoying this, and we'll do more content like this. Walmart found that for every fraction of a second that they increased the speed of their website, they made millions of additional dollars. So is your business going to make millions of additional dollars? Well, I mean, if you're big enough, sure, but again, the point is that the faster your website, the less friction that there is within your funnel in terms of people getting to the information that they need, in terms of them actually just trusting and relying that your business is solid enough that, without them actually explicitly thinking this, that you're built on a solid infrastructure and there's nothing crashing behind the scenes. The website works so that they can get the information that they need in terms of pricing, in terms of making comparisons maybe between different packages that you offer or different products or services, and you are able to put your best foot forward in terms of your brand. Not only do conversions increase, but traffic as well increases, because Google is constantly updating their algorithm. They want to be able to give their users who use the Google search engine the best possible experience. The less friction that you have between the buy button and all the steps in between that to where people start on your website. And one of those points of friction being how long they actually have to wait from page to page, or from interaction to reaction from the website in terms of information. That is going to either grow your business or collapse at least some portion of your sales.
All right, this one though, I'm not so familiar about this, but according to BuiltWith, ClickFunnels has a 55.8% market share.
ClickFunnels is marketed as an all-in-one funnel building tool. They work hard to make it easy for you to roll out entire funnels, which would include your website and your email marketing, for example. I think they might have some e-commerce features built in there as well, and CRM. And a lot of people love it and swear by it and say it's super easy to set up entire funnels really quickly. And I think that ClickFunnels can work for a lot of businesses. I think it is a solid tool with a lot of great kind of all-in-one features. We do have a number of clients who use it, and our team members who work and form the teams for our clients are trained and work with it on a daily basis. I think, though, that you could be successful with a wide variety of tools. What is the best tool? The tool that you sell the most with and that you feel most comfortable working with, or that your team thinks is going to get you and is getting you objectively the best results. I favor Lead Pages just because it gives us a degree of control that we like. And also, you can't tell if a page was built on Lead Pages or not. So make sure that you are standing out from your competitors, and do consider ClickFunnels as well as other tools, though I would say, in terms of the design of your website and your funnel, because it will impact your conversion rate and it will impact how your brand is perceived.
Personalized CTAs perform a whopping 202% better than non-personalized CTAs. I'd probably say you'd strongly agree with this one too.
I do. There are different tools that have personalization settings like HubSpot, and that's how they conducted this and got this statistic of personalized CTAs performing 202% better. They were able to gather this data, which showed that on average, the conversion rate for the CTAs where they were not personalized was just a little above 1%. And when it was personalized, it shot up. I think they called it like a smart CTA, to be just under 4% conversion rate. Why does this work? Why does personalization marketing in general work? The effect of this is the relevance of the messaging can increase. Obviously, the downside is you just have to actually put in the work to do it. But our law of alignment says, from our 11 laws of sales funnel physics framework, the law of alignment says that the better you align with the conscious and unconscious expectations of someone who is within your funnel, expectations that you may have had a role in setting from one step in your funnel to the next, the higher your conversion rate is going to be. So bottom line, personalization works.
So the last one on the list says 38% of B2B respondents reported a 20% or greater increase in sales opportunities from nurtured leads.
Yeah, this is a great stat. This is according to a lead nurturing study from Demand Gen. So what's the value of this stat, though, for you, business owner or marketer who's watching this? I mean, the ideal scenario, right, is the right offer at the right place at the right time. But the 96% is your growth opportunity. You can grow within that 96% through nurturing. This stat also reminds me of that story of the two bulls. So there's two bulls standing on a hill, Bill and Bob, and they're overlooking this valley with all of these cows around. And Bill says to Bob, Bob, look at all those cows. If we run on down there, we can breed with a couple of them. And Bob says to Bill, or we could mosey on down there and breed with them all. This story is sort of a cliche metaphor, classic in sales and marketing. A lot of marketers and entrepreneurs have heard this. The relevance of it is that if you go slower with your sales process, the conversion rate will be higher. And we see this with the other stats, right? We see 96% of people are not ready to buy. So for example, when I took sales calls in the past, sometimes I would just stay on the call for longer with a client. I would stay on for 1-2 hours and I would just listen and I would just do my best to authentically and clearly answer each of their questions and understand what their concerns were. And as a result, I had a 70% conversion rate in terms of each call turning into an actual on-the-spot purchase. Sometimes though, they would need a second call. So, all right, let me think about it. And we would have a second follow-up call and then it would close on that call. So if you get more people onto your email list in general, you are going to see your sales probably double just from that alone. As long as you are maximizing the conversion rate in terms of people getting onto your email list, and then also doing what you can to nurture that relationship over time.
So far from what we talked about today or in this video, everything seems to be very connected. Bottom line is it takes time and it takes personalization, it takes nurturing and all of that. So
yeah, it's interesting. I didn't plan on drawing connections between each of the stats, but it's actually quite easy in talking about it that, you know, you can see connections between the different stats and how they influence one another, or they're just indirectly connected in terms of the understandings of each. So I think, you know, my call to action for the audience is go out and actually implement one of the tips or tactics that you heard about as a result of these stats, because these are real stats. The numbers will be different for your business, maybe better, but I can tell you from my experience that I found a case study once, just from implementing one change within our funnel, our revenue and our sales just went up like crazy. The conversion rate went up by over 800%, meaning that we had more people opting in for the offer. We got more people to the next step in our funnel. And I highlight this example. That's what can happen when you just take action, because the majority of the people watching this, you might absorb it and you might make a connection later and then take action, and that's great. But in general, just take action, get a result, and then hopefully you'll become a client. Or maybe you're ready to become a client now. You actually heard something that you want to delegate to AutoGrow in this video, in which case go check us out at autogrow.co. We are an all-in-one team of talented humans. You get everything in all-in-one team in terms of marketing, in terms of strategy, copywriting, content writing, design, development support, ads, and more. And you can get started for just $7 for your first week. And so check us out, learn more at autogrow.co. But as always, until next time, I'll see you in the comments. Keep auto growing and stay focused.